Maybe if you don't mind, give half a minute introduction to what happened this morning.
Yeah.
So that they have an idea.
5 minutes we will speak.
Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. First we do kirtan for 5 minutes. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Nivaratha Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Radha Gopi Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Om Sipad Paramhamsa Pariviradaya Sota Satta Shishamachila Hey Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jaya Om Sipad Paramhamsa Pariviradaya Sota Satta Shishamachila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Ji Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sar Goswami Prabhu ki प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवजरी गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपी गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की मैथुन धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की वृंद देवी तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की गंगा यमुना देवी की हरे नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की श्री श्री गौनिताय की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्रजू की श्री प्रहलाद नृसिंह देव की गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि समभिक्त भक्त वृंद की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Ranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Bande ham Sri Guru Sri Yutabada Kamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Chan Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitantam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Sakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopikaganta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Ganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudhe Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Panchakalpa Turgascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaevacha Gita Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So this morning we explained about deity worship, not only the actual seva, but also the preparation and also the consciousness of the devotee who is worshipping the deities. So there's a process known as Pancha Anga Puja. That is another name of deity worship. Yes, and so different names of deity worship are there, Archanam, Paricharya, and so on. So one term is known as Pancha Anga Puja. 5 limbs of the process of worshipping the Lord. It is not just doing artik or just dressing the deities, but it's a preparation. The first is known as Abhigaman, now approaching the temple. That means preliminary activity are there. So starting from early morning, getting up, immediately offering obeisances to Guru Garanga Krishna or Jagannath. And then, of course, going to the bathroom and brushing the teeth, taking a shower. You might taking a shower, trying to remember the Lord. And you may chant one mantra, Om Pavitra Pavitra Va Sarvavastam Karopi Va Yasmarit Pundarikaksham Sabhyabhyantara Suchihi. Then putting on fresh clothes, tilak, and so on. So the main point is that trying to remember Krishna while going to the temple, as mentioned in the scripture also. The most important rule is to always remember Krishna. And the most important nishad, prohibition, that is to forget Krishna. So we should always remember Krishna and we should never forget Krishna. The second limb of devotional service, that is known as upadan, that means collecting all the items which we need in the service of the Lord. For example, we have to collect fruits, vegetables, grains, and so on, flowers, because we have to buy, so we need some money also. So arranging all this, and then the pujari or the helper of the pujari has to make the plate for the offering, for the puja. Of course, ultimately under the supervision of the pujari, or sometimes the pujari will do himself. Cooking is included also in upadan. So whatever is going to be offered in the service of the deities, that has to be collected and made ready. And everything should be first class. The third limb is known as yog. Yog means to connect with the Lord It means coming onto the spiritual platform. That is done by chanting Achman, sipping water for purification, and after that we may recite some mantras in order to be situated on the spiritual platform. Remembering that we are not this body, we are different from the gross and subtle body. We are spiritual beings, spirit souls, and we have an eternal relationship with Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when this is done, then one can go on the altar and one can serve the deities, which is known also as Ijja. All the different sevas are there, from early morning, waking up the deities, offering the bhoga, doing artik to the deities. So, and there are 6 offerings and 6 artiks. Mangalatik and then breakfast offering and artik. Rajbhog, noontime, offering an artik. Afternoon, offering an artik. Evening time, sandhya, at sunset, offering bhoga and artik, and then shine artik before the deities take rest. We do an offering and then an artik also. After the Mangalartik, the most important seva is done. That is bathing and dressing, decorating the deities, Abhishek and Sringar Seva, also known as Sodasa Upachar Puja, offering 16 items to the deities. So that we'll explain tomorrow in a little more detail. And yes, and today this evening now we'll speak more about the different services throughout the day. And the 5th limb of this Panchanga Puja is Swadhyay, Swa-adhyayan, self-study, so to say, literal translation. That doesn't only include the studying of the scriptures, but also one's performing different devotional services, especially chanting the holy names, which is the most important limb of devotional service. And then proper behavior, known as sadachar, that has to be there also. So if one is a good devotee, one will be good pujari. That we discussed a little more elaborately this morning, but in essence, these were the points which we discussed this morning. And now we would like to discuss about the various services. Of course, we explained about, to some extent, the service on the altar, more so than the home worship, which is in simplified way. But it's good to know the proper seva, and then as much as possible we may introduce at home. But exactly to do like in the temple is a big challenge. It's almost not possible. Like at home to do 6 offerings and 6 artik is not possible. But at least we should know the minimum or what could be done at home. Therefore, it's good to be under guidance of the spiritual master, Shuguru, the initiating spiritual master, or the instructing spiritual master, the Shiksha Guru, or even those who are shown the path, known as Vatma Pradarshak Guru, one who is shown the path, how to perform devotional service, how to worship the deities, how to advance in spiritual life. So, these were the main points which we discussed this morning. And of course, following Srila Prabhupada's instructions, he also mentioned 2 things are very important: cleanliness and punctuality. Prabhupada used to say, and that is a saying also in English language. Godliness, cleanliness is next to godliness. So that is true statement. And because Krishna is completely pure, Nirmal Purush, Amal Purush, is beyond the modes of material nature in pure goodness. Shuddha Sattva, Vishuddha Sattva. If we want to serve the Lord, we have to be also on that platform of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, which is not immediately achieved, but by engaging in devotional service, the consciousness becomes purified slowly but surely. That implies that we should try to come to the mode of goodness and try to see that one can overcome the mode of passion and ignorance, Rajaguna and Tamaguna. And the punctuality, that is important also. And so Prabhupada, he started the movement. He tried in India to start the movement, but it was not Krishna's plan. He was thinking, I will start in India. He started in Agra. Of course, even before it, when he was householder, he was trying to do some preaching, but because of the responsibility of taking care of the family, he could do a little bit, and then he was trying to help his spiritual master or his god brothers also a little bit. But when he took sannyas, 1959, in Mathura, from his god brother Bhaktipriya Kesha Maharaj, so his sannyas guru told him that, so we are here doing this ceremony, and he spoke in Hindi because all the people there were speaking Hindi. And then he asked Srila Prabhupada, so he giving him the name Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. So he gave to his disciples the title Bhaktivedanta and then one name of the Lord, Vishnu or Narayan. His different disciples, Vaman, Trivikram, Muni Maharaj. There was another good brother of Prabhupada who took sannyas at that time. And so then Prabhupada went for preaching to Agra. And so, anyhow, the point was also that everyone spoke Hindi, so he spoke in Hindi, his god brother, and then he asked Prabhupada, so you say a few words. He was saying in Hindi, aap kuch bataye, you say some few words. And then Prabhupada, so he started speaking, but then he said, my spiritual master asked me to speak or to preach to the English people, to the English speaking person, because the British were occupying India at that time. And only his sannyas guru and Prabhupada's one other god brother, Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, who was a Babaji, but he was actually a professor before, and he gave up everything and became a devotee. So, and he was expert in singing. During the ceremony, he was chanting the Maha Mantra. He was singing very sweetly. And then, so Bhakti Maharaj's disciple, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, he was doing the yagya. So after the ceremony, Prabhupada went for preaching to Agra, next to the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. Why? Because the English people are going there. World wonder. They say 7 world wonders are there. One of them is Taj Mahal. So, and he was preaching for some time there. So, and then he went also to Jhansi, opened the League of Devotees there. And he made a disciple actually in Agra, and he made an Indian gentleman, and also in Jhansi, an Indian gentleman. But he was thinking, I have to preach to the English people. So he wasn't successful so much there. So externally speaking, because Krishna had another plan. And he understood. And by the way, I came to India 1980. I stayed for 3 months, learned quickly Hindi in 2 months, because I had a book, learned Hindi in 1 month. And I had Prabhupada's book, Beyond Birth and Death, in English, and I had the Hindi one. And in this way I learned in 2 months. And then I was going for book distribution where? In Agra. I stayed in the same place where Prabhupada stayed when he took sannyas, after taking sannyas, next to the Taj Mahal. When I went there, the owner was telling me, your Rasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he stayed here for some time when he was in Agra. So I was happy to hear that. And then of course Prabhupada, so went to the West. And so there he saw, in most of the places, everyone is punctual. He was in Switzerland also, where very punctual. They have the Swiss watch, Prabhupada had the Swiss watch. And there you cannot be late if you have to see the doctor. You cannot be 5 minutes late. But in India, I'm coming, and he's coming in half an hour. We meet at 7 o'clock. Somebody's coming 7:30, no big issue. So, but Prabhupada, he knew that in the West, to be successful, we have to be clean and we have to be punctual. Therefore, he told again and again to the devotees to be very clean by following the process and chanting holy names internally and externally by keeping the temple clean. Therefore, even in Vrindavan, when we first came there in 1980, the temple was cleaned morning time, noon time, and evening time. So, and the altar also, after every artik, we sweep and we mop the floor. And once a month we have a Maha cleanup. We clean everywhere as much as possible. So, yes.
I don't know if I can ask questions.
Yeah, you can ask questions, sure. Yes.
Is it normal to sweep when the altar is open?
Yeah, yes. After the artik, we sweep and then we mop. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. After every artik, we sweep and mop. In India, usually tradition is they sweep the house and mop the house in the morning. And in the evening, they will not do this. No, we only do morning. But in the temple for the deities, we can do all the time. So that Prabhupada introduced. And
I'm asking because I see that before opening the altar, one cleans so that the dust doesn't fall, and then open the altar. So that's why I was asking.
No, that is darshan time. Before opening the curtains for darshan, because they've done the puja, the main worship, and then the flower petals are there, and maybe incense. The dust from the incense falls on the ground. Therefore, they have to, the pujari, before opening the curtain for darshan, main darshan at 7:15, they're sweeping and mopping at that time. The cleaning before opening, because everything has to be nicely done, pakka, on time and clean. And 2 things Krishna always must have, the flute and the peacock feather. So, yes.
I'd like to comment on this point.
On which one?
What you did when the curtain opens, everything has to be.
Yes.
I usually tell the devotees, just imagine Krishna is sitting on the altar and you open the curtain and this is the room he is looking into. And it cannot be that this room is looking like a bedroom because your socks and your sweaters and your bags and everything is flying around.
Yes.
You have to be aware that the Lord is seeing into this room. So this room has to be properly taken care of. The Mudrangas, they have an asasana, they go there, they don't go on the seat, all these things.
Right.
We have to be aware of, and this is how we become Krishna conscious.
Yes. We have to be conscious and then we can be Krishna conscious. Yes. So therefore in Vrindavan also before the darshan is open, they sweep because the guests are coming and the devotees are there for Mangalatik, the chant there, so might be little, some dust may be there or some papers or something. So they sweep, but they don't mop. But then after Raj Bhog Atik, in noon time, then they sweep and they mop the whole temple. And also at night time. Except in the winter when it's very cold, and in the evening they will only sweep, they will not mop. But on the altar, so it is done after every offering and Atik. Okay. So these are 2 points which Prabhupada mentioned. And of course, it is another statement which is mentioned in the scriptures also, that you may offer, yes. Ja, Kanchin, genau. So, yes, she's asking if we should clean the floor after every offering. So sweeping and mopping. Yes. So, yes, another point is, which is very important.
That's you.
Yes, I heard. I recognized my voice. So, and there's a saying also, it's not important, it is not so important what you do, but how you do. So we have to be trying to do our best with the best consciousness and the best way to serve the Lord. And it is mentioned specifically that different upachars are there. Upachar means the different articles, dravya. Like we have the incense, we have the ghee lamp, or we offer whatever. So we may offer this in the seva, but most important is bhakti. We should have bhakti, devotion. Priti Purvak Murti Seva, Priti Purvak, with some devotional feeling. We should do the seva. Not thinking of something else, like doing the artik and or remembering, oh, I have to buy a new dhoti, or I have to buy a new phone, or this devotee told that to me and I don't like this devotee, or whatever. No. When you do the seva, you concentrate on the seva and you do it for the pleasure of the Lord.
And actually, the Lord is seeing what you're doing.
Of course. He's seeing, he's in our heart.
Yeah, he's seeing what you're doing.
Yes.
And we have to be aware that we offer that we actually see the flower we are offering and the handkerchief and
Right.
the water and all the things. And he's taking pleasure in this and he's satisfied and happy that you do this.
Right.
And not look outside the window in time or
Even sometimes you see when in Vrindavan, some pujari is there, or other places also. Because, many people are there in the temple. And if one is not so mature, or it is normal attraction between man and woman, sometimes pujari doing artik and beautiful young girl is there and looking at the girl. And Krishna, of course, is watching there also. Okay, you offer me incense, but you're looking at a young girl there. So.
The thing is, actually, that's what I'm trying to express, is that we're busy all day with so many things that are also for Krishna, but they are maybe indirectly, like getting money together, doing the shopping, cleaning up things, and order and all this thing. But when we come to the temple and do this puja, this is the only time in the day where we are really in front of the Lord and we are communicating with Him. If we are not doing this at that moment, when are you going to do it? Because the rest of the time you're running around doing, maybe also for the Lord, but it's indirect because you're busy with other things. But there you're in front of Him, you're talking to Him, practically speaking, you are offering this to Him. And this is your prayer, your attitude, and if you don't do it then, when are you doing it?
Yes, because when we are not in the temple, it is difficult to remember Krishna. So therefore the deities are there in the temple. We can see them, we can serve them, we can speak to them, and if we are sincere, then they will speak to us. And if we are very sincere, then we have the good fortune that we can hear Krishna. Or we can see, Prabhupada used to say also, perfection is when you see the deity smiling. So see Krishna smiling at you, or looking from the corner of his eyes. Oh, it's my dear devotee there. So of course that stage is not so easily attained, but we try. Yes. So we should try to do with some feelings, love. And actually the love is already there in our heart, but it is at the present, in the beginning stage, it is in a dormant state. And it has to be awakened by performing devotional service, and then the consciousness is purified, the senses are purified, and then the love will slowly but surely manifest, the love for Krishna. As mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, so love for Krishna or bhakti is not something you are getting. It is already there, but it has to manifest by following the process of purification. It will manifest. And the spiritual master, the initiator will be instructing, spiritual master, they are guiding us and they're giving us good advice so that we may properly engage in devotional activities and so that the love may manifest and slowly but surely. So that is important. And many examples are there in the scriptures showing the importance of doing with loving sentiments, which is most important in the service, bhakti. So not, of course, how we're doing, that is important, but especially so the consciousness. And then externally, then we'll do it properly also. If we are conscious of what we are doing, that Krishna is there in front of us, the Supreme Lord. In the beginning, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, we are a servant. In more purified consciousness, Krishna is Prananath, the Lord of our life. And then automatically, then one will be focused. And then the reciprocation is there. Because Krishna is looking forward for us to turn towards him, to engage in his service in a loving way. So Krishna is not simply attracted to the, even it is mentioned, to the chanting of the mantras or to the external performance, but is attracted to the love. Bhava Grahi Janardan is accepting the bhav of the devotee, the devotional mood of the devotee. In the beginning, so some own reverence has to be there in the beginning, that Krishna is the Lord, we are the servant, and following rules and regulations. But then later on, then it becomes more intimate with the deities also, because Krishna in Golok, Krishna in the temple, Shamsundar, Radhisham in the temple, they are not different from Radhisham in Golok. And Jagannath is actually Dwarkadish. Jagannath is staying in Dwarka. And Jagannath is also a special manifestation of Dwarkadish. Dwarkadish many times is remembering his pastimes in Braj. So much so that during the day and even at night time, during the day, he's able to conceal his feelings towards the Brijbasis. But night time, then he's dreaming about the Brijbasis. And sometimes he's calling out, hey Madhumangal, hey Sridham, let's go home now. We have been playing enough. And the queens are there lying next to Krishna. Oh, he's remembering the Brijbasis a lot. Another day, hey Yashoda Ma, Maya, please give me some makkan misri, some butter and some sugar. He's remembering the bridge buses. That's okay. But then, when he's calling out, hey Radhe, hey Lalite, hey Vishake, where are you? Feeling separation. Then the queens, he's calling the names of the gopis in branch. He's not calling our name. Not saying Satyabhame, Rukmini. No. So, what to do? Therefore, one time they asked Rohini Ma, because she was in branch, and then she also came to Dwarka. Please tell us about Krishna's pastimes in branch, because Krishna is feeling separation from them and he's calling out the names at night time. And then she's standing to them, but they had to keep somebody on the door. So no unwanted person should come inside. Then they said, who to put there? Oh, maybe we can put Balaram and Krishna's sister, Subhadra. And Subhadra was there at the door. And she was listening at the door. The nice, wonderful pastimes of Krishna with the Brajavasis. And she became ecstatic. Bhabhav. So the highest form of love. So much so that the arms and the legs went inside her body. That is here Subhadra. We see every day. She became ecstatic, and the Krishna Balaram just came there by chance, by the will of providence, by their own sweet will. What's happening to Subhadra, our sister? Let's listen. She's listening very attentively. Let us listen also, because she was stunned. So, Ashta Sattvic Bhav, the highest devotional sentiments are there of ecstasy. And they listened also. And they also became ecstatic. So much so that the legs also going inside, the arms are going half inside. And then Narada Muni comes by the way. Hey, what is this form of the Lord? Very amazing. And he's very learned person, Narada Muni. Great devotee. And he understood, this is Ashta Sattvic Bhav, Mahabhav. And then slowly when Rohini Ma, she stopped at a certain point, okay, that's enough for today. And the queens, they were also happy to hear wonderful pastimes. And when the Krishna Katha stops, then they come back to external consciousness. Of course, Krishna is always absorbed. And then his emotions, they come down, and then Krishna is again, his arms are there fully, and the legs, and all three of them. But then Narada is saying, I have seen, I have seen, I have seen. Krishna, Pranam, Munivar, O greatest of the Munis. What you have seen? This wonderful form of yours, the arms inside. Okay. And so anyhow, what can I do? Krishna just thinking, okay, let it just be it. Let's go on in life. So Krishna is most humble, like the pure devotees. They don't want to show their ecstatic symptoms. Okay, so what can I do for you? Because he's a Supreme Lord, but he's there as a king, ready to serve the Brahmanas and the sages, so humble. And he became the chariot driver of Arjun. Driver. We know a rich man, he has a driver. Chauffeur, yeah, and the rich man hero. So the president of a state is coming. There's a chauffeur there. Even in India, the rich man, they don't drive, they have a driver. So he's the driver of Arjun, the Supreme Lord, so humble. Adbhut Krishna, Adbhut Lila, wonderful Krishna, wonderful pastimes. So what can I do for you, Narada Muni? Okay, I want one blessing. Please give me something. Yes, whatever you want. So I want that this form of yours will be seen all over the world, that so many devotees can see this wonderful form of yours. And Krishna, okay, tadastu, so it be. That is the manifestation of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. So appear then in this way. Of course, from time to time, the Lord is manifesting in this way and again disappearing, just like Krishna is appearing like 5,000 years ago, and then again, Tirubhav is there, the disappearance, which is all transcendental. So this is the form of Jagannath. And of course, what the pastime when he showed this form was because when he left Raj, he told everyone, I'm coming back very soon. And they were all waiting. Even he sent Uddhav to console everyone. And Uddhav, very good friend of Krishna and relative, cousin, brother. And he was the prime minister in Dwarka, so very intelligent. But even before that, when he came to Mathura one time, Krishna sent him to console the Brajavasis. Externally to console and write a letter. He wrote a letter, Krishna himself, for the gopis, and he was supposed to give this letter. And I was thinking, okay, yeah, no problem. So he's trying to console, but he couldn't console them because there's so much separation was there. And a long story, but keep it short because we're talking about deity worship. But it's all about deity worship. We have to hear about Krishna, the wonderful pastimes, then we can serve nicely. Even he told Nanda Baba, oh, you're so fortunate. The Supreme Lord came here and he was there in your house. And the Nanda Baba still crying and saying, oh, you're just like a small child. You don't understand. So what are you saying? That I'm fortunate. If you get a jewel, and if you lose the jewel, how you're feeling? A very precious jewel. You think, where's my jewel? Where's my jewel? So Krishna, you say is the Supreme Lord, but anyhow he's my son. I don't know if he's the Supreme Lord. But now he's gone. And he's crying and crying and crying. And Uddhav, understanding, well, he has more love than I have. Then he's going to the gopis. And he's understanding that I have more love than Nanda Baba. And so he was supposed to give the letter, but he didn't give the letter. Because he knew that if the gopis are opening the letter, what will happen? So already now they're crying. So if they're crying, if it goes on the letter, yeah, it will become wet and you cannot read it. It may be one scenario, or the other one because they're feeling separation, burning in the fire of separation. The body was so hot. The other thing can happen, because there is so much heat in the body, it will just smolder and become ashes. So I will have to read the letter. And they read the letter. And then so he consoled them to some extent. They were pacified to some extent. Wonderful pastime. So that is anyhow, then was Mathura, then Dwarka, and then all the Brajavasis are waiting for Krishna to come. Even in Kurukshetra, they met. And he asked Krishna to come back. And he told him, yes, nice to see you, but we would like to see you in Gopavesh, in the form of a gope, with a flute and a peacock feather. Here you are with royal dress and all the queens are there. So not the best place to perform pastimes here. And then he was saying also, yes, I have some more work to do, but after some time I'll come back. Very soon I'll come back. And they were waiting more and more. And one time Balaram was sent to console. He consoled them a little bit, and the gopis also, but then he was saying, I will bring him very soon. But then Krishna still didn't come. But then one day, then everyone was saying, now we must go. And then, okay, let's go. But then he's saying also, Balaram, you go first. And the Balaram said, no, I went before. And I told them that you're just now coming in a few days. But again, it's years and you didn't come. So better you go first. And Krishna, no, I cannot go first. Okay, let us send Subhadra first. But then they were considering, no, how we can send a lady first. Not proper. That finally Brahma said, okay, I'm going, but you must come. And he told all the Dwarkavasis, you must make sure that Krishna will come now. And they all said, yes. And then Balaram goes, Subhadra goes, and then Krishna, already also feeling separation, still so much, tumbling. And then finally he's mounting the chariot and they go. And finally they reach Balaram and he's telling, yes, Krishna is just now coming. And then Subhadra came and then Krishna comes and then he's meeting the Brijbasis, and when he's seeing Radharani, that is eye-to-eye union. And again he showed his form, Nabha Prakash, big eyes, and his limbs are going inside. So that is Jagannath. So Jagannath is worshipped also with, of course, a love and affection, with some Aishwarya Bhav is there in Raj, that he's the Supreme Lord. Like in Dwarka, they know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But they have so much love. And so more than Vaikuntha, but more than the love of the Dwarkavasis, the Brijvasis have. That is most pure love, most exalted love. And especially the dear gopis headed by Srimati Radharani. So, yes, so when we hear about the Lord, and also it is mentioned we should hear as much as possible, and then we will have the proper consciousness, and then we can properly serve the deities. So Prabhupada has explained that. So practically speaking, about the seva, we're talking about bhoga offering. So, and so with love and affection, another pastime is there. Krishna was in Hastinapura before the war, the big war, Mahayuddha. So Duryodhana, he was against the Pandavas. And he didn't believe that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But Krishna was well known as a great warrior and he had a big army. And he wanted Krishna's army on his side. So, but then Vidura had invited him also, Krishna. And Duryodhana, he had made all preparations, chap and bog, 56 items, and then Arctic plate was ready. But he passed by, and then Duryodhana said, but Krishna, have everything ready. Chap and bog, and Arctic thali, the plate for doing Arctic, why not coming to me, to my place? Because you don't like my devotees. You don't have the proper consciousness. Therefore, I'm going to Vidur. So, with so much affection for the Pandavas. So then he went there, and his wife had made some porridge, and she had some bananas also. And she was so overwhelmed with love when Krishna came. And Vidur let Krishna in, please take a seat, welcomed him in a simple way. And then she came, the porridge was ready, but she had a banana, and first coming with the banana, overwhelmed with love, tears coming from the eyes, peeling the banana, and instead of the banana, she was giving the banana peel. And Krishna, thank you very much, and starting to eat. And we do, Krishna, what are you doing? Oh, she laughed at me with love and devotion, so I had to accept. But it's okay, but now please eat the banana also, and take the porridge. So that is there. Krishna wants our love, Bhavagra, Janardhan, Bhakti. But yes, we should offer properly everything as much as possible. So we're explaining about the offering which is there 6 times, and during the puja there's an offering also. So that we will explain. There's a difference between the puja and the artik. Artik is when we open the curtain and the priest is there standing and the offering of bhoga was done, and then we do artik. There's a big artik with incense, ghee lamp, water in the conch which we show, and then the handkerchief, and then flowers, and the chamara and the peacock fan. And that has to be done in a nice way also. Like for example, it should not be too fast and too slow. And you should be elegant. The arm should not be like this, but the arm should be stretched out. And when you offer the feet, you just, with the hand, you make the circle. For the feet, for the navel, for the face, and then for the whole body, we move the whole arm in an elegant way. So the different items are offered. And then, so at the morning, Mangalartik, Rajbhog, and Sandhya Bhog Artik. So 3 big articles there and 3 small ones. So you for incense, flowers, and the chamar and peacock fan. For breakfast, for afternoon, and for night time, the small artik is there. That is always standing and always after Bhoga. And that is for the public also. And it is mentioned that, of course, the pujari is very fortunate who is doing the artik, but it is mentioned whoever is taking darshan when artik performed is also getting the benefit, like the pujari who is doing the artik, if he has a proper consciousness. And so that is also taking part, offering obeisances to the Lord, offering prayers. And so 64 items are there of worship, of 64 limbs. More than half, almost 2/3, almost 40 of the items, they pertain to deity worship. Like it is mentioned, when we go to the temple, there's a bell. And you're supposed to ring the bell. If there's no bell, then we knock the door. Just like if you go to visit somebody, there's a bell. You have to ring the bell so that the Lord knows. Oh, now, of course, He knows everything, but still, out of respect. Or we can clap the hand, and then we go in front of the deities. Then we offer obeisances with the body, but not only with the body, but with our words. We glorify the Lord. And then with our mind. So even the devotee who is not yet allowed to go on the altar, she's taking part in the deity worship of the Lord by offering obeisances, by offering prayers, or he can give an offering. Like Prabhuji gave some nice fruit, some plums. Is that plums? Mango. Plum. Okay, mango. The king of the fruits. Nice. So everyone likes mango, right? Everyone likes mango? If it is offered to Krishna. And one time, because everyone likes mango, so even Mahaprabhu one time, mango season, then, yeah. So Mahaprabhu had one mango and all the devotees, and he understood they all want mango also. He put the seed in the ground and gave a little water, and that mango seed immediately sprouted. And the same day, became a tree instantly, and the fruits were there. And he was giving, all the devotees were receiving one mango. It is mentioned, had no skin, no pulp. So it must have been very fine. And so much, like in India, famous mango, Alfonso. You're from where?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, south. They have some mangoes there also. Yeah. So all over India, mangoes are there. Many kinds, at least 50 kinds of mangoes in India. So every day there's a mango festival. In India, we observe mango festival. Also for the deities, cover the altar with mangoes. And everyone is waiting then for the Mahaprasad mango. So for 1 year, so the mango season is usually in the summertime. April, May, June, sometimes July. And the mango is heating. But it is there in the summer where it is already hot. and you cannot take too much because it's heating. But usually after mango, you take milk, then it is okay. Or you make amras, and you mix a little milk, then it is not so heating. So for 1 year, so usually 4 months it is there. But that tree was giving fruit for 1 year. Every day they had a mango festival. So in this way we can serve the Lord by offering something. So everyone likes mango. And what is Mahaprabhu's favorite fruit? Anyone knows? Well, he likes that also, but specifically it is mentioned he likes bananas. Banana. And Kolavecha Sridhar was there. Kolavecha Sridhar. He was a Brahmana, his name was Sridhar. But he was named as Kolavecha. Vecha means to sell. Kola is in Bangla. Bangla Bhasha means banana. He was selling bananas. He was a Brahmana. Usually Brahmana, they Kola in Bangla. Yeah. In Hindi is Kela. Yeah. So usually Brahmanas, they are teaching, they are studying, they are teaching, and then they get some remuneration. And ja, unbedingt Bananen für Krishna, für Mahaprabhu. Jeden Tag. Täglich Bananen für Mahaprabhu. Gut. Also, ja. Ja,
in frischer Form oder auch zubereitet?
Ja, kann man auch zubereiten. So she's asking in fresh form. Yes, the fresh banana. And he likes the fresh banana. But you can make with the kacha, with the unripe mango, you can, unripe banana, you can make some banana sabji. Banana sabji. Even the flower of the banana tree is there. Mocha, you can make a sabji with that. That is famous in Bengal. With the banana flower. So Mahaprabhu likes banana. So the Brahmana was there selling bananas, and Mahaprabhu used to. So if one doesn't have so much money by his activity, he can do some business this way from his own garden. And yes, and Balram, which fruit he likes? Oh, well, that Mahaprabhu likes the jackfruit. It may be the fruit or the sabji, jackfruit.
We have here a huge box of jackfruits.
Okay. Fresh one or?
For years. Well, it is wrapped up. Otherwise, you cannot keep it
Right.
long. And there was a shop, an Indian shop. They had a delivery of a huge amount, and he couldn't sell it, so we all donated. So for 4 years
Okay.
now, every time we have
We still have the jackfruit?
Yes, I still have.
After 4 years?
Yes.
And it's still good?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then you, yeah, make sabji. Acha. Okay. Yeah, it is mentioned that Mahaprabhu likes jackfruit also.
Okay,
Balrami likes the jamun fruit. And Radharani's fruit, favorite fruit? No. Plum. You get the plum.
We make chutney.
Yeah, plum chutney. So, but even the fresh plums she likes. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking also, looking around here, because I'm staying in Vrindavan since 40 years. Oh, where is Radharani here? Of course, Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna, and Jagannath is thinking about.
Offering plums every day.
Okay, so.
Every day, figs, plums, bananas, orange apples.
Okay, good.
Almonds, walnuts, every day
Nice.
is the same.
I was looking around also. I'm not seeing a picture of Radha and Krishna, except in my room, Radhishama there. Oh, Rasa dance at the entrance. Okay, fine. Okay, nice. Yes.
And then we have here Krishna and Balaram with their
Right.
Krishna and Balaram on the picture with the outfit that they are having on the picture.
Nice.
I bought from Vrindavan 10 outfits.
Okay.
With Radha Krishna, and we changed this thing this time it was Krishna and Balaram. you're mentioning Krishna and Balaram all the time, so somehow by providence, Krishna and Balaram are standing
Okay.
there with the outfit.
Sometimes you have the picture of Radhesham.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine, good.
And we have also the picture with the outfit on the picture and the real outfit hanging here.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Ich habe eine Frage, zwei Fragen. Ich habe gehört, Mahaprabhu liebt auch Shak.
Yeah, genau.
Ah,
Yes, Mahaprabhu he also likes spinach sabji. Yes.
Spinach and mango, that's
und
Yeah.
welchen Frucht liebt Krishna am meisten?
Which fruit Krishna likes? Anyone knows? Chiku. The chiku fruit is a brown fruit. I haven't seen in Europe.
sometimes
Yeah.
in the Chinese store
They have.
sell some when it's in season.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
It is sweet, yeah. Krishna is sweet, so he likes the sweet fruit. Chiku. Chiku. It is eine braune Frucht, ungefähr so groß. Wie? Nein, nicht zu tun mit Zimt. Nein.
Anyway, in China, then it's the saison.
Yes, manchmal ein bisschen, ja. So yeah, it's good to know what Krishna likes or what Mahaprabhu likes, and then we offer that. Yes.
Can you also offer sabji made from peel or
From the peel, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and sometimes they do in India also. From the peels of the vegetable,
Ah.
yeah. And even from the leaves of some vegetables also. They use the leaves also. That can be done.
Flour of it.
Yeah, yeah, the banana flour. Yeah, can be done. Yeah. Yeah, sabji from the flower which is growing on the banana tree. It's a red kind of big flower, red, purple. Yeah,
Ah,
they make sabji with that, famous. Yes.
Probably about Nityananda Prabhu, favorite fruit or
Oh, he's like Balaram, Jamun. But again, here if you offer any fruit with love and devotion, then Krishna will accept. Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Can I tell you a short story about Jayapataka Maharaj?
Uh-huh.
One day, Jayapataka Maharaj invited me for dinner at his rooftop
In
there
Mayapur.
in Mayapur. So he was sitting next to me, and there we had two small tables, and they served, sabji, rice, all sorts of things. And when we were finished, he said, "Okay, bring dessert." So he asked his servant to bring dessert. So the servant brought a huge plate, really a plate big like this, full of mangoes and all sorts of exotic fruits. And then the servant came close to him and he said to the servant, "No, no, no, not this, not this. The other one, the real good fruits." So they took, and I was thinking, "Oh my God, what else is better than all these mangoes and all these things?" So he sent the whole plate away, and they came back with another huge plate full of apples.
Ah.
I've never seen, apples in Germany. It's like,
We have enough apples here.
it was the best, better than mango. Anyway, that's the story.
Okay, anyhow, so we're talking about Artik ceremony. So there's Artik there in Puja. So when we do Artik, first we offer Bhoga and then we do Artik, and that is standing. When we do the Artik, and that is for the public also, and all will get the benefit.
To
And-
this, I would like to add a point, if you don't
Yes.
mind. It is a service also for the devotees to be at Arctic and look at the Arctic,
Of course.
because the Lord is preparing himself. He's getting dressed, he's getting fed, dressed up
Right,
himself
right,
nice for the public.
Yes.
Then the curtain is open and nobody is there.
Yes.
No, this is an obligation. It's part of the puja, so
Right.
to say, that the pujari is doing the artik, but all the devotees are there and looking, admiring him, and
Yes.
seeing him. That's a service.
Right. Not only that, but Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada used to say We're going to the temple not to see the Lord, but we go to the temple so that He is seeing us. And we're there in the mood of serving the Lord. We go to the temple so we can do some seva.
Then he's pleased.
Right.
See, they all came.
Yes.
You know, with
And
love.
ready to serve.
Yeah.
Ready to serve. Yes. She has a question.
Ich wollte nur kurz eine Geschichte erzählen, 1 Minute oder 2 Minuten. Ich hatte eine Phase gehabt, ich war krank und hatte mein Sehvermögen verloren auf 20%. Und ich saß hier und habe geweint innerlich, dass ich am Altar Krishna nicht sehen kann. Ich saß nur so verschwommen alles. Und an dem Tag, ich weiß nicht, ob beides an dem Tag war, aber an dem Tag war so, dass das Altar rausgegangen ist. Und dann hat irgendwann später Mutter die Schatten erzählt, dass die das 20 Jahre vorbereitet haben und irgendwann ist es passiert. Und es war für mich so, also gerade, was Sie gesagt haben, dass Krishna wartet, ja, habe ich mich richtig erinnert daran, das war ein Wunder. Für mich war das ein Wunder, weil ich konnte dann auch nachsehen.
Genau. Schön. Das war für Snan Yatra.
This was Govardhan Puja.
Govardhan Puja.
And then we
Okay.
could circumambulate and offer petals and
Okay.
So what I did, I built this altar with wheels. And we never moved it until, because circumstances, we didn't have enough people. There's so many reasons. And then we had enough pujari, enough many people. So I told Pujari, today we're going to move the altar out. So it was, I waited 20 years to this.
Okay, interesting. Nice. Yeah. So, yes, so we do the attic for the Lord. So, and so yeah, as we say, we do the attic for the Lord. That we have to understand, like it is here. For example, of course, usually we have the name of the temple. Sometimes then, like in Vrindavan, is Krishna Balram Mandir. It is Krishna Balram's temple. So the seva is for Krishna Balram.
Is that the main deities there?
Yeah, of course. But ultimately, then Radha, Shama Sundar, they're the main deities. Ultimately, but the name is there because to show the public also that Krishna Balaram are to be worshipped and to show that Gonitai are non different from Krishna and Balaram. And they came to give this Krishna consciousness, the Yugadharma, the chanting of the holy names, and to give Braj Bhakti, they came. And because nearby the area is called the Raman Reti, they used to come there, Krishna Balaram, with the cows and the calves. So in remembrance of these few points, he called the temple Krishna Balaram temple. So then, of course, sometimes there's a confusion still now or even before that how to do the seva. Some say Prabhupada said that first we do to Guru, and then after we go to Mahaprabhu, then we go to Krishna. Whereas others say that we take the permission from the spiritual master and then actually we do the worship of the Lord in the temple. Like Jagannath and Baldev, Subhadra, or in Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram. And then afterwards we show to the other deities, Gonitai, and then we show to the spiritual master like that. So that is two ways which are sometimes done in our society. But you see, usually in tradition, that in the temple, the worshipable Lord is the Lord. So the artik is offered to the Lord, but with the permission of the spiritual master, the Lord is worshipped. So that is the artik, which is then performed many times during the day. And whereas in the puja, when we do the puja, so there it is mentioned that first we have to worship the spiritual master. First comes Guru Puja. You worship the spiritual master, that we'll explain tomorrow how to do. And then, because we are followers of Mahaprabhu, because it's the Kali Yuga avatar, then we worship Mahaprabhu, and then we worship Krishna. That is the process, which is done according to the previous acharyas also and the scriptures. So, but sometimes still in some places they will do in a different way.
Question.
Yes.
First of all, I have a question to the previous point you made, and a question to this.
Yes.
Um, because, as you said, there is two different ways to do the Arctic.
Right.
In the very long past,
Right.
I was trained to do a certain way.
Right.
And then when I took over these deities, I was continuing in that way because this is what I was trained for. And I didn't have anyone to ask or to tell me to do it in any different manner.
Right.
So to today, I've been doing what I've been doing. One time I asked Nishinga Kawacha Prabhu because a lot of other people, other pujaris, they do it different.
Right.
So then I asked what to do. So it's that question that we had this morning. We don't change anything unless we discuss it,
Right.
we decide it,
Right.
and then we change it.
Right.
So I've been waiting for this day, for
Okay.
you coming
Okay.
to discuss this point
Right.
and eventually make a change. And
Yes.
from then on, make it whatever we decide to do.
Right.
That's
Yes.
the first point.
Yes.
The other point is you saying before doing the puja means the abhishek and the dressing.
Right.
So that's what I understood.
Yes.
That's the puja.
Yes.
First, we have to worship the
Spiritual master.
So then the question arises to me for us, the worship of the spiritual master is the Guru Puja. But in general,
Well,
so
no.
that's not what
No.
you mean.
Actually,
You answered my question.
right, but still, this is a good point, and we'll explain because we say we're doing Guru Puja.
Yeah.
From one point of view, like the pujari is doing puja, we say, but then there's the artik and there's the puja. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Actually, what we're doing every day is Guru Artik.
Yes.
It is the artik to the spiritual master.
Call it Guru Puja.
Right, right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Clear.
yeah. Okay,
You
fine.
answered my question.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm so sorry, but if possible, can you explain again what exactly, what difference between Artik and Puja?
Yes, that is a good point because devotees, they are used in a certain way, and for them, it is difficult to understand, and we have to explain again and again. Yeah, no problem. So, the 6 artiks a day, like Mangalatik, Rajbhogatik, Sandhyatik. The pujari is doing, the doors are, the curtains are open, the pujari is standing and doing artik. He's taking he's taking the permission from the guru, and then he's worshipping Krishna, and then Balaram, then Subhadra, then Gonitai, then Nishingadev, then the 6 Goswamis, then the Acharyas, and then the spiritual master. This is artik, worshipping the Lord and starting from the top. And the top is Krishna.
The confusion is coming with this artik, we call it puja.
Yes.
This is why it's the confusion.
Right, right.
But it's not a puja, it's a
This
artik.
artik, yeah. Yes. Same with this here, we call it puja because somehow somebody heard about puja and didn't know, and then it became known as puja. And maybe Prabhupada one time he said, first we worship the Lord, and then we worship Krishna, and that is a puja. So they were not understanding. As I said also in the beginning, sometimes we say something, the other person is hearing something else, the third something else, and then it becomes something different. So artik is standing, that is not puja. Okay? What we are doing morning and noontime and evening, standing and for the public, that is artik.
And the puja,
The puja, that is the bathing and the dressing of the deities, and there's a certain way to do. And there first we do Guru Puja, then Gauranga Puja, then Krishna Puja. And this we will explain in detail tomorrow. The Abhishek and the dressing of the deities, and the puja for the spiritual master, how it is done. Okay?
It's doing with the clothes.
Yeah, when the curtains are closed, then puja is there.
this is why, to answer a question that you had before, why are the pujari, after they were not putting things away, cleaning everything up and all this? And my answer was because they have to meditate and concentrate on something else. The than just washing the plates or putting cleaning up and all these things. This is why we have Pujari assistant to do that, because the Pujari, he is doing the puja, bathing the deities, dressing them, and this is the puja.
Okay?
Thank you. It means that puja is when we are preparing the deities for arti.
No. Puja is completely different. When the Mangalatik is finished, we close the curtains, then puja will be performed. Okay? The bathing of the deity and the dressing, putting the dress and decorating the deities. This is puja. And this is known as Sodasa Upachar Puja. There are 16 articles which we are offering. That we will explain tomorrow because it will take some time. Okay? Okay? So now it's clear? Something? Tomorrow it will be more clear. Okay?
I can explain this later again. I can talk to you about this later again, because we did talk about this before, but you could not.
I never heard it.
Okay, tomorrow you will hear more and then it may be more clear. Okay? Yes.
You mentioned that there is 6 arities.
Yes.
In the morning, during the day, and
You can take the mic and so they have.
6 arities. Could you please repeat the names of the artists?
Right.
In the morning, in the middle of the day, in the
Yes.
evening, at night?
Yes, I can explain to you. Mangalatik at 5:15, or in the other temple at 4:30. I will say in the big temples, because here maybe you don't have 6 aratiks.
No,
No.
because we don't have.
Right, no problem. So I like, for example, in Vrindavan, 4:30 there's Mangalatik. And then, and then at 8:30 is Dup Artik. No, Darshan is different. That is part of the puja. Dup Artik at 8:30.
This is smaller.
Small Artik. Dup Artik means incense flower. And Chamara and the peacock fan. And then at 12 o'clock, Raj Bhog Artik. Big Artik. That is, Usually at that time we have the camphor lamp also. There's a ghee lamp and a camphor lamp. Okay? And then the next, we put the deities to rest. And then afterwards we wake them up and there's an offering and there's a dup artik again, small artik, incense, flower, chamara, and peacock fan. Okay? And then we have the sandhya offering and artik. That is a big artik, incense, ghee lamp, and so on. 3 big artiks. And then the last one is a small one, dup artik again, Shayan, before the deities take rest. Okay? Yes, clear? Fine, yes.
Prabhuji, do we offer peacock shamak also in winter?
In the winter, we don't offer now because it is cold. In the winter, we don't offer the peacock fan because it is cooling. Yeah. The chamara is not only for fanning, but it is also to show, for the flies, yes. And that is out of respect for a great personality. The chamara is waved. Yeah, and yes, and the flies are there, you can whisk the flies away. But that is only in Kali Yuga. Because they only come in Kali Yuga, the flies and the mosquitoes. So, yes.
So do we offer the incense, flower, and this peacock feather?
Chamar, not the peacock feather. In the winter, we don't use the peacock feather. Yes, 3 things. Incense, flower, and chamar. These 3, in the summer, we can use the peacock fan. Okay? Now, 2 more things we will discuss, and then it is enough for today. Because I like to chant a little more. More chanting properly is to say double it, double the book distribution, double the chanting, because I like to chant. So I like to chant more. I'm always waiting when I have some extra time to chant extra. So, yes, one question.
You said that, if I'm right, 3 times a day
the temple will be clean. The temple.
Yes,
And then once a month is a Mahat.
yes.
Yes. And so we have here also Gudisha Marjana,
Kundicam, that's once a year.
June and August.
Yes.
So I think it's very auspicious to be the Krishna's house. Am I right?
On Gundicha Marjana?
Yes.
Of course, you must. You have Jagannath, you must do Gundicha Marjana.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Maha clean up.
Maha clean up. And other times is Maha. And when Gundicha Marjana is there, Maha clean up. Yes.
So we are doing this.
Okay.
Also. We are announcing because that's the time in the summertime when there is more room because there's school vacation. Like this,
Yes.
the devotees can come and do Maha clean up.
Fine.
When everything is taken down, everything is being
Clean nicely.
cleaned nicely
Okay.
and everything.
Wonderful.
She's taking the opportunity to talk about this because before you said 3 times a day, so she's saying, oh, maybe this is the time to make advertisement.
Yeah, good, yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is also in our calendar.
Yes.
We have a poster for it. Can you show?
Actually, it is, yeah, according to the Vaishnav calendar, it is the 29th of this month.
Of this month.
Yeah.
Okay. But we extended a bit because not
Yes.
everybody can come.
Yeah,
But,
sure.
so
Yes.
showing we have nice.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 things more I want to discuss. Okay, Kundija Marjana. Okay, wonderful. Oh, you're doing 3 times, June,
Yeah,
July, and August. Sure.
That's the vacation time.
Fine, good. Taking the opportunity.
Yeah, and then we carry everything and
Fine.
do everything that needs to be done.
Fine,
And
yes.
the rest of the time.
Okay, so we're explaining about the offering and artik now. The first thing as explained is waking up the deities. Now, when you wake up the deities, first what you have to do is to wake up the spiritual master. And then the previous acharyas, then Mahaprabhu, then Krishna. Because the spiritual master is there to do the seva and we are assisting him. That is the mood. On his order, we do the seva. And now, so that is morning time and afternoon time. Now, putting the deities to rest. First Krishna, because the spirit must be there. And then Mahaprabhu, and then the spiritual master. Yeah. That is important to know also. And
We have a paper. It starts wake up with the spiritual master and all the day.
Right.
And for the night, put into bed.
right,
Krishna.
everything is there. Good. Yes, yes. We also at Krishna Bharam Monday, we have a small manual we made like 30 years ago. And the devotees, they like it.
Still in one piece.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're presenting again and again and again. Yeah.
Robin,
Yes.
when we are waking up, in the manual, in the deity worship manual, I see that first one wakes up Balaram and then Krishna.
My first Guru and then Gauranga and then Balaram and then Krishna. Yes. It may be done. That small detail, it depends on the mood. The one mood is that Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan and Balaram is the first expansion. And Balaram is always there to serve Krishna. Balaram is serving in all the rasas, 5 rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. So he's expanding as the paraphernalia, and he's thinking, I'm the servant of Krishna, although he's the elder brother, and they're best friends. But he's older than Krishna, so he has some Vatsalya bhav. And he's thinking also, I should serve Krishna in a conjugal relationship also. But he's a boy. He's a boy, so how he can do? So he's expanded as Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari is an expanded form of Balaram, and she's a younger sister of Srimati Radharani. So there in this way is also in the conjugal mellow, is serving Krishna, giving pleasure to Krishna. Therefore Balaram is the Supreme Lord, but is considered to be the foremost of the servants of the Lord. In the mood of that He's the Lord and I'm the servant. Of course, and ultimately the greatest servitor of Krishna is Srimati Radharani, the eternal potency, Alladini Shakti. And therefore, Balaram is addressed as Adi Guru because he will show us how to serve in any way Krishna. Okay? Yes.
In which mode serve to Gauranitai?
Which mode to serve Gonitai? Yeah, so anyway, we finish this point. So, therefore, some they will first wake up Balaram and then they will do Krishna because it's Swayam Bhagavan, is the source of everything and everyone. Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna, although they're eternal, but Krishna is the source still. Yes, okay. But then others, they have the mood that Balaram is the elder, so let us first wake up Krishna and then Balaram. But mostly first we wake up Balaram and then Krishna. And with what is the mood with Gonitai? So with Gonitai mostly, Gonitai is the Lord, so we are the servant of the Lord. That is the main, but it is also because Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna, Balaram is not, and Nityananda is not different from Balaram, so the Braja Bhav is there. And because Mahaprabhu is always thinking about Braj, and he's thinking about the cowherd boys and the friends, but mostly he's thinking about Radha and Krishna. So, but we see him as we see him as also Ishtadev or worshipable Lord. Vishai Vigraha is the Lord of our life also, Prananath. That is the mood, but there is some own reverence must be there with Mahaprabhu. Yeah, that we are the servant of Mahaprabhu. We cannot be like, he's like our son. That is Mother Satyamata is there, but even she's thinking more that I'm the servant of Gauranga. More so than Maria Yashoda, she's not thinking I'm the servant, she's mostly thinking Krishna is my son. But at the same time, even Maria Yashoda, the mood is there that I have to serve my child. Like this. But in the little, just a tiny bit of some own reverence is there, that is the Lord and I'm the servant. Okay? And there also first we wake up Nityananda, although he's elder, and then we wake up Mahaprabhu because Mahaprabhu is the Lord. The source of everything, no different from Radha and Krishna. It's Krishna with the mood, the love, and the luster of Srimati Radharani. That is Mahaprabhu. Radha Bhava Jyoti Somitam Nomi Krishna Sarupam. See Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayana. Chaitanya is no different from Radha and Krishna. But one time, it was a Vyasa Puja in Gaur-Lila, worship the spiritual master. And then, so, even sometimes the Lord is showing how to worship the great spiritual masters. And then, so the devotees, they were going to give the Magalan to Mahaprabhu because he's our Lord. And then Mahaprabhu is saying, no. That we worship Vyasadeva, and then the first person we are going to worship, that is Nityananda Prabhu. So if Nityananda Prabhu is telling you to, now Mahaprabhu is telling you to give the garland to Nityananda, then you have to follow him. So sometimes then they may also first wake up Mahaprabhu and then the Nityananda, but mostly we do first Nityananda, then we do Mahaprabhu. When you do Artik, first Mahaprabhu, then Nityananda. For Krishna Balaram, first Krishna, then Balaram. And for Radhesham, of course, first Krishna, then Radharani. One time, Prabhupada was in Vrindavan many times. One time he was in the Vyasa, so asking devotees, so, who is stronger, Krishna or Balaram? You see Krishna Balaram there? Who is stronger, Krishna Balaram? So what do you think? Who is stronger? Balaram. Who you say? Balaram. Krishna.
You decide.
Oh, I decide. No. I don't decide, I'm saying the fact. I'm speaking the truth. It's not a matter that I decide, okay, I think maybe Balaram. Or I decide it's Balaram. No. The fact we have to say, it is Krishna. And then, okay, Prabhupada. And the Prabhupada is explained. You know why? Krishna is standing, and Balaram, he has his left arm on Krishna's right shoulder. That is there.
You can see
Yeah.
his hand is on
Yeah.
the shoulder of the picture. You can see here this picture, here the right hand. Yes.
So that is the case. So in Tattva Vichar, Krishna is the supreme, always. Now, if you go a little deeper, Lila Vichar, the pastime of the Lord. One time, Sri Ram, the elder brother of Radharani, then Krishna, who you think you are? You think you're the strongest? I will show you. I'm stronger than you. And Sri Ram and Krishna fighting. And because of the love of Sri Ram, Krishna is defeated. Okay, I showed you. See, I'm stronger than you. And Krishna said, yes, Sri Ram, you're stronger than me. And so,
There's another story also where Mother Yashoda was very angry at Krishna, I guess because he stole the yogurt and milk and gave it to the monkeys and the butter he stole it to the monkeys, so she's running after him. And Balaram saw that Mother Yashoda is going to catch Krishna and beat him or yell at him. So what did he do? He put himself and looked like he is Krishna, so he would take the beating, so Krishna would not be beaten. And in Nandagram, as far as I know, there is a temple there where it shows Krishna and Krishna, because Balaram is taking the shape of Krishna to protect him from the anger of his mother, because he's the bigger brother.
yeah, wonderful pastimes. So, of course, also in Damodar Lila, so Maria Yashoda, she's going behind Krishna because he broke the pots, and then she's catching him. Although Krishna is Ajit, he's not to be conquered. And he was crying also. He's the Lord, Sarvagya, he knows everything, but he's Mugdha. He becomes bewildered by his own potency. And it's not that, okay, now Maria Yashoda is running behind me, now I have to cry. No, he's really crying. He's forgetting that he's Bhagavan and he's crying. Maria Yashoda is catching him. And he sees the stick, he's crying more. And the other gopis are saying, throw away the stick. Krishna is crying because of your stick. And she's taking, yes, okay, I throw away the stick, but I have to punish him because he broke the pots. I have to teach him a lesson, taking the rope. The rope is 2 fingers short.
But it was a long rope.
Yeah, it was short. It was short 2 fingers, then she took more rope, and it should have been enough. But still, it was short 2 fingers. And then she was almost crying, and the perspiration was there coming down here. And what to do? How this is possible? She was perplexed. Then Krishna, because of her so much endeavoring and love, then he let himself be bound. Okay, now. And then she can bound him, and then she leaves him there. And then she goes inside, and Krishna, okay, she's leaving me there. Okay, I go somewhere else. And there were 2 big trees, Arjun, very big trees, and they're very strong. And usually there's a hurricane or something, small trees, they fall down, but not these trees. So Krishna goes there in the middle, and then he's pulling, and the trees fell down with a big sound. And everyone running out, how these big trees fell down. The small boys were there watching, and they told, oh, Krishna, he pulled the motor in between. And they're thinking, telling the boys, what are you saying? That's not possible. Maybe some demon is around or something. No, they still didn't believe. So, of course, these were 2 demigods who were cursed by Narad because they were doing something wrong. But they were blessed. When the pure devotee is cursing, it is a blessing because they were there in the courtyard of Nanda Baba. So after that, this is not the end of the story. So then Krishna is there, and then Nanda Baba, who bound you to that mortar? And Krishna, my mother, Maya, she bound me. And he started crying. And then Nanda Baba is opening the nut and putting him on the lap, putting Krishna on the lap. And he's calling, Yashoda, come here. Yashoda coming. Why did you bind Krishna? Now he doesn't want to see you anymore. He was saying, Krishna was saying, I don't want to see my mother anymore. And still crying a little bit. And then Maria Yashoda also started crying. Oh, he doesn't want to see me anymore. And she cries. And Nanda also shaking his head. But then when Maria Yashoda is crying, then Krishna goes down from the lamp and is going to Maria Yashoda, and they're embracing each other. So wonderful pastimes are there. So anyhow, so the pastimes are there according to the pastimes of the Lord to some extent. So we should hear about the pastimes. Two kinds of pastimes: the pastimes in the spiritual world, known as Ashtakalya Leela, and therefore the seva of the Lord is according to Ashtakalya Leela to some extent. That I will explain tomorrow also, because it is already 8 o'clock. But it's good to know. This is one kind of pastime, and the other part of the pastime is known as Namitika Leela, occasional pastime, like Krishna. Only when the material world is present, then Krishna takes birth, because he's unborn, but it is his pastime in his world. And that is going on eternally also in one of the pastimes, as long as the material world is there. When the material world is not there, that's it. Yeah, unbelievable, adbhut, wonderful, inconceivable, the pastimes of the Lord. So therefore we have two kinds of seva also, Nitya Seva, the daily seva, which is according to Nitya Leela, and then we have Naimittika Seva, the seva which is sometimes, like Krishna Janmashtami, we're celebrating Krishna's appearance, Govardhan Leela. So like this, some different pastimes are there. Now the last thing, so which, because we are conditioned, so there's a chance that we sometimes do a mistake with the body, with the words, and with the consciousness, with the mind. Therefore, after every seva, it may be just an artik or doing the dressing especially, we have to chant some mantras to beg forgiveness from the Lord for any offenses which we may have done. Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janadana yatpujidam maireva pavipunam tadashtume. Oh my Lord, the devotee is praying, Janardhan, please, you accept whatever I have offered. Even though mantrahinam, I may not have chanted the mantras properly. Kriyahinam, the activity was not done perfectly. And also thirdly, that bhaktihinam, I don't have enough bhakti yet, but please kindly accept whatever seva I have done. So that mantra we may recite. Other mantras are there. Aparada sasani kriyantahani samaya dasanam itamam matva ksamatsamarusunaha. So we, as devotee, we don't want to make any mistake, any offense. But because we are conditioned, the modes of material nature, we are bound to do something wrong. Therefore, we have to beg forgiveness from the Lord. And even so, this mantra says thousands of offenses are committed by me day and night. Not only on the altar, even if you're outside the altar, if you offend the Vaishnava Aparadhi becomes Seva Aparad also. If the pujari is not dealing nicely with others, offending others, then Krishna will not be happy. Then it is Seva Aparad also for the pujari. When he's doing Vaishnava Aparad, is Seva Aparad also. If you don't chant it properly, the names, the only names, Nama Aparad is also Seva Aparad. So therefore the devotee has to do everything very nicely, not only on the altar, but outside the altar also. So, and therefore we recite these verses. If one doesn't know Sanskrit, we can also say with your own words, my dear Lord, I offended you in any way, please kindly forgive me for this. Even Sanatana Goswami in one book, Hari Bhakti Vilas, is saying, every night, every devotee, before sleeping, we should beg forgiveness from the Lord for any offenses committed to him, to the deity, to the holy name, or to the Vaishnavas, or to any living entity. That we should do every night. And then we can go to sleep.
The mantra, yes,
Yes.
This is also showing respect
Right.
to all the Vaishnavas.
Yes.
And at the same time, also, in a sense, asking for forgiveness
course.
for offenses
Yes.
we have done in the past. Or
Yes.
today or tomorrow.
Right. Yes. If one has done some offense to a Vaishnava, we should go to the Vaishnava and he may say then Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Yes. Okay. Any more question? Yes.
I don't know if we can ask about the waking up. Is there a special prayer we offer for Radharani when we wake up?
Yeah, there's a prayer to wake up the deities, even for the spiritual master. Uttishta tishta si guru tyaja nidam kripamoya.
For Radharani?
Yes, I'm going step by step. So there's a mantra for Nityananda, there's a mantra for Mahaprabhu, there's a mantra for Krishna Balaram, and then for Radha Krishna it is combined for Radha Krishna. Gogopa Gokulananda Yashodananda Vadana Uttishta Radhaya Sadam Pratera Sixpate. So offering to Krishna, Radha Sahitam, and Radhan is there with him. And for putting to rest also. So mantra is there to put Radha Krishna to rest, mantra is there to put Krishna Balaram to rest, mantra is there to put Mahaprabhu to rest, Nityananda and the devotees. Okay? Yes.
When you said to waking up the spiritual master, I understand that we wake up a deity form.
Yes.
When we have the photo of the spiritual master.
Yes. Yeah, on the altar usually we may have the photo also usually. Like we have the Guru Param. Yeah. Yeah, but for example on the altar is Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, Gaur Kishore, so we wake them up on the altar. If the picture is not there, usually the pujari will have his picture with spiritual master on the altar also. But here for practical reason it is here. But like in our temples, the big temples, they have on the side of the altar the picture of the gurus, and then they wake up their spiritual master. Okay?
And actually, Advaita Prabhu asked me one question about when we offer bhoga.
Yes.
We also take permission from our spiritual master.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
We recite that.
Yes. Okay.
In addition to Guru, we have other like government photos. We
Right.
make them also with the mantras.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Another
Photo. Yes. There are 8 kinds of deities. Like for example, deities made of wood, deity made of stone or marble, deity made of metals or even gold. And then you have the painting. This is also deity form. Even traditionally, in some places, the saintly persons, they have the painting of the Lord and they install the painting and they worship the painting just like the deity. Okay?
When in that case, how do they bathe and dress it?
They may have 2 ways. One is mostly by meditation. They have a plate and by meditation, asking the deity come inside and then they bathe. Yeah. Okay.
One more question.
Yes.
If we have the Lord Nitai main deities in the altars, like in many temples we have,
Mhm.
then we offer the arti to Lord Nitai.
Yes.
But can we offer this Maha to Nrsimhadev? Because
Yeah.
Nrsimhadev photo.
Yeah. We can offer to Nishingadev. Gaunitai are superior than Nishingadev. Mahaprabhu is no different from Radha and Krishna. Nityananda is no different from Balaram. So they are superior than Nishingadev. Nishingadev, of course, all respect, but is an expanded form. Nishingadev actually, there's a Vishnu Murti Narasingha, but he has 4 arms. He's a Vishnu Murti in Vaikuntha. This Nishingadev is a pastime incarnation when the material world is manifest. The Nishinga, Vamana, they come in this form, half man, half lion. A boar incarnation, the fish incarnation, that is in this world, a pastime incarnation to deliver the devotees from their difficulties. Okay?
So this means that in altars, if we have Gaur Nitai as the main deities, I have seen that we also have Radha Krishna photo.
Photo.
So
Yeah.
the order is that we offer to the main deities and then.
Yeah, you can offer main deities and then you make a circle to Radha and Krishna also. Yeah. Because the main deities are there in the photo are there, but you have to respect the photo also. You respect Radha Krishna because Mahaprabhu and then they are not different, Radha and Krishna.
And at our home and also some temples there is Jagannath deities and Narsingadev deities. For example, here we have.
Right.
It's separate.
It's separate.
Shingadev has a separate altar.
Yeah. Yes.
If we had another kind of building, we would actually have the Shingadev in a separate altar room.
Yeah.
Because it's not exactly the same as
Yeah.
the other ones.
Yeah.
This is why we have, you see the altars.
Separate. Yeah.
So when we do the Narsinga Aarti, so we first do the Aarti to the.
No. It's not Nishinga Artik. What do we do every day?
Don't do it.
No. What do we do? Actually, we're chanting the Nishinga mantras for protection and actually offering this small thing, this oil. This is for Jagannath. It's not actually for Nishingadev. And we're not doing Nishinga Artik. We're not doing any Nishinga Artik. We're just singing for Nishingadev for our protection. That's all.
Paraphernalia is for the.
Yes, for Jagannath. It's for the Lord. Like even in the temple Krishna Balaram, we also offer this scent, but this is for Krishna Balaram. And after we show to Nishingadev also because it's the extended form.
I have a question now.
Yes.
Actually,
If you're doing here first to Nishingadev, so that.
This is not correct. So we will correct it.
Yeah.
For now, we keep it,
Yes.
discuss it, and then
Then you establish. Yeah.
So the question also is when we do the arti, we do, for example, Ginam 4, 2, 3, and 7.
Right.
We also do at the end to Nishingadev. Or we should not do it.
No, that you can do.
We can do.
Yeah, because then there you can do Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Goni, Tai, and then you do Nishingadev, and then you do the 6 Goswamis and the Parampara. Then you can do because they're there. And they should be respected. They should be respected.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To Jagannath and Gonditai, Vishwika Prabhupada asked me who was there first.
Okay.
First, originally, was Gonditai.
Okay.
Jagannath came many years later. Actually, these deities they belong to the king of Orissa.
Oh, okay.
Jagannath here, and somehow I inherited them. Okay. Actually, I inherited 2 sets of Jagannath. Into one big one. They are being used for the Ratha Yatra festival, and these ones. Somehow I didn't ask for it, and then they just
came.
Krishna
just
came. So this is why we're doing Gonitai and then Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. That's another point. I will have a few questions to ask you, and then you answer them.
Fine.
And after that, we make a decision what to change, what to keep.
Right.
These are one of the things that needs adjustment.
To be adjusted. Fine. Yeah, then we can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fine.
Should we also keep the photo for Radha Krishna if Gornitai are the main deities?
Well, you don't have to have ultimately the photo of Radha Krishna, but if you have love for Radha Krishna, you can have the picture also. Yeah, and then sometimes if one has more love, but he feels well, I'm not yet qualified, so let me just have Gonitai. So then it depends. If you have like a big picture, then you may show also to Radha Krishna first a few times, and then you may do to Gonitai. But then if the main deities are there, you have a small picture of Radha Krishna, then you can do to Gonitai first, and then you show to Radha Krishna. Okay, you have to be practical and see time, place, and circumstances. Okay? Because then usually the picture, you're not doing full seva there, but to Gonitai you do full seva. And these are your main deities. But because Mahaprabhu is thinking about Radha Krishna, so naturally we will also think about Radha Krishna, we'll have some affection for Radha Krishna, then we may have a photo for Radha Krishna. So even Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, like for example, some devotees, they have love for Gonitai, and they may have, of course, understanding for Radha Krishna, but some devotees, they will only go to Gaur Lila. Some devotees, they have love for Krishna, they respect Gonitai, but they will only go to Krishna Lila. But most of the associates of Mahaprabhu, so they're there in Gaulila and Krishna Lila. So we may also go to Gaulila and Krishna Lila by the mercy of Mahaprabhu. That is at least my aspiration. What about you? You like to go Gaulila? Who wants to go Gaulila? You're thinking about it, not sure, huh? Who wants to do Krishna Lila? Okay, fine. Anyone wants to go to Vaikuntha? No. You want to go Vaikuntha?
No,
You want to go?
no, thank you.
Okay. She's thinking about it.
Thank you.
Somebody wants to go to Ayodhya? For a visit, we want to go, right?
For going by one time, I had a dream, and Guru Parampara, the 6+1 is were telling me, oh, okay, when you give your money and you go on your way, please pass by and say hello to us. Okay, I'll say hello to you, but I will not say.
Nice. Okay. So we stop here? Oh,
Yes, yes.
yeah, tomorrow you can ask more questions. Yeah.
Because we also want to take a little bit prashadam, and then it's late.
Yeah, it's late, yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Gurudata Prabhu ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Ah, okay.
Very much.
Okay.
Special about consciousness. Pujari is consciousness. Level of Pujari is level of consciousness.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, okay, this here. Okay, fine.